So now we're recording.
Oh, cool.
So sit still. Don't kick table. Scratch your ass.
I'm not scratching my ass. Welcome to the Dirty Kimbassa podcast. Episode 11, I think we're on, aren't we?
We are on 11, yeah.
11, flipping heck. Aye.
Now we've reached that point because when we started, we said if we can do 10, we can probably keep it going.
We
Do
did,
you remember?
didn't we? I remember.
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
vaguely remember something about that.
So
Although I have slept since then.
we have kept it going now.
Yeah.
This is it.
It seems to be a bit. It's become part of our routine, hasn't it?
It has a bit,
Yeah.
but we've been a bit slack because we did say let's try and keep 2 episodes in bank just in case something happens, and then you've kind of got a month of buffer.
Yeah, but we've run out of buffer now. It's because we've been so busy, isn't it? Because we're busy working men. That's what it goes like. You know, half of our listeners won't know what a busy working man is.
I've had 2 weeks annual leave off work and worked good 30 to 40 times harder than I do at work.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's it. You don't want to be working to make somebody else money, do you?
Good grief. So
Oh.
I've fit a kitchen over the last 10 days and I'm shattered.
Well, I can understand that. Now, someone's messaged in. Do you remember I was telling you about that lass from Barnsley that I had a date with, and she stole
This
all
is the
my
sock
socks?
thief. Right,
You
yeah,
remember?
sock
she stole,
thief, yeah.
She stole all my socks. Right. Well, another lass from Barnsley has messaged in. She wants to remain anonymous, so we will call her Victoria. We'll call her, for argument's sake, we'll call her Victoria Smoth. Okay, and she's messaging to say that she's been on a date with a bloke. Also, I'm assuming we're in the South Yorkshire area here.
Did she nick
And-
all his socks?
No, she didn't, but he took one of hers. Now, maybe it's a South Yorkshire thing that you have a shag and you take a sock as a trophy. Maybe Sarah wanted to show off how many shags she'd had by taking all my socks.
Ah.
You know,
Maybe.
or
It's,
maybe Victoria Smoth has just lost a sock.
see, I'm thinking, what were the first lunatic that took them all?
Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking she.
Maybe
is-
she sells them on eBay.
Well,
She has
I'm thinking
a
she's
sock
a bit
shop.
of a slag, and she's worried that when she brings a bloke back to her place, he's going to pinch her sock. So she's stockpiled. She's
I don't
stockpiled
know.
yours to be stolen by
Either,
fellas she's having.
however you look at it, it's a bizarre practice.
It's
isn't
bloody
it?
odd, isn't it?
It's odd, isn't it? I'm glad we live in West Yorkshire and not heathen South Yorkshire, I've got to say.
Savages.
They must be. I mean, I wouldn't dream of stealing somebody's socks or sock. But the fact that it's only one, I mean,
Left or right?
I'll be honest, whenever I take washing, put it in laundry, I sometimes find an odd sock. Socks hide, don't they? So I'm
They
wondering
do.
if Victoria has maybe just lost one. You know, I don't know.
And it matches one.
Yeah. But it's nice that people are messaging in, isn't it, with things like that. So, as I was saying, now I've got a news
Odd.
article for you.
Odd.
I'm going to take us to Liverpool. We're staying in the UK
Right.
this time, okay?
West side.
And I'm going to... Well, I'll tell you what, I'll just read you the headline
Go on.
to start with.
Is this published news, this?
It's public news.
Right, okay.
Published news. We're going back to 2016, so I'm scraping...
We're up to date,
now.
yeah. Barrel
Yeah.
scraped, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woman on the run after masturbating with sausages in Asda. Police are calling this the strangest crime of 2016. A woman was seen on CCTV camera stealing pork sausages from the discount food section in a Liverpool Asda.
She's even gone to the sin bin.
Shoppers have then seen her running into the women's toilet, where she stayed for at least 20 minutes. The security staff eventually decided to investigate, and as they entered the toilets, they were shocked to discover the woman was pleasuring herself with the pork sausages. Duncan Stewart, head of security. I love it when they get a quote.
God.
Duncan Stewart, head of security, said...
Hang on, does it give his age?
It doesn't.
What?
I know.
Shocking.
I could not believe what I was saying. When I asked her... I'll do it in a Liverpool accent. I could not believe what... No, I won't do it in a Liverpool. No. I could not believe what I was seeing. When I asked her to stop what she was doing, she just looked me straight in the eyes and continued to victimise the stolen sausages. Can you victimise a sausage?
It's already dead. You're sure
Due
you can
to
only
the
victimise something alive?
Due to the fact she was a big girl, we decided it was best we rang the police. Fantastic. It took 4 police officers around 35 minutes to restrain this woman, who was shouting at the top of her voice, "Leave me alone, I can do what I want in private." Is this private? I don't know. She was arrested and taken to a Merseyside police station where she was charged for shoplifting and indecent exposure. She was later released, but as she has failed to answer her bail terms, she is currently on the run. Asda spokesman Barry Cartwright said, "It is against Asda policy to take any items of property into the toilets for personal or private use. We take this very seriously and have banned this woman from all Asda stores in the country."
Wow.
There are some comments from local people
Go
around
on,
Liverpool.
Go on.
Here we go. The first comment, "That's outstanding!" Hey! Oh, and another comment, "Is it possible to victimise sausages?"
Yeah, there you go.
We're echoing my own sentiment. So what do you think of that? That's not something that would happen in Halifax, is it? I don't think.
These people walk among us. They look like normal people, you know.
Would a sausage be a suitable thing to pleasure yourself with?
It'd be a bugger if skin came undone, wouldn't it?
They're not exactly the most...
They're a bit flaccid.
Yeah, they're a bit... I don't know.
Give it a go, let us know.
Yeah. Email it. dirtykimbasser@gmail.com. I think I remember emailing us at the time.
Well done, episode 11, you're getting there.
So yeah, what a bizarre happenings in Merseyside. Yeah.
Is this... I mean... words.
I'll be your long-haired lover from Liverpool. Yeah.
Chipolatas are not going to be any good, though, are
Maybe
they?
they were cooked, because they do firm up a bit when you cook them, don't they?
They'll be a bit raspy then, though, wouldn't they?
I don't know. A bit greasy. Hot.
Yeah. Minger.
Who's a minger? Not me.
Not
They
you.
want me in the
It
toilets
won't
at Asda. Go on then, Ben.
I'm looking at my phone.
That's
We've had an email. In fact, we've had 2 emails from same person.
Dave.
It's Dave. It's Clean Up in Isle Vag Dave.
Oh, that Dave.
Yeah,
Not the other Dave, right.
In fact, his second email was just a grim picture, so that's no good. I can't read that out.
You can't show them pictures. This is well...
It's a podcast.
You know what?
Dave's not sussed out how
I
it
almost
works,
said this is radio. Now, actually, my ex-wife were borrowing my truck this week, and she's moved me like wires and stuff and disturbed me feng shui in my truck. And I've had to have a go at her today. I says, "What are you doing?" And moving me wires. She says, "Well, I had to charge my telephone." And I says, "What do you need to charge your telephone for?" She said, "So I could talk to my friends." And I've said, "Look, if you're going to talk to your friends, use the CB radio." And she says, "They're not on CB radio." And I says, "Well, it's
new
time.
friends then.
It's time they dragged themselves into the 20th century." I pointed out, and then she pointed out that we're in the 21st century, and I realised that I am actually the one behind the times. Well, it's still 1983 to me, so there we go.
Right,
What's
Dave's
Dave got to say?
email that I can actually read. "We used to have a works canteen. One of the ladies behind the counter, a well-rounded woman we'll call Ruth, was a beast."
A beast?
A beast.
A beast?
I'm guessing he's not friends with Ruth.
Ah.
"The usual provisos apply. I didn't witness one of them, but plenty of colleagues did. But I did witness the other."
I have noticed a recurring thing with Dave, like with his with his last story. Yeah, it's like, I wasn't there myself, and I'm not sure I believe
I think
him.
he was Mr. Cleanup.
Yeah. So go on then.
Someone asked for the fat to be removed from the bacon for their bacon on toast, and she duly obliged.
Bacon on toast?
I was thinking that.
Who the friggin' hell has bacon on toast?
Merseyside.
Is it?
Yeah.
Weird, isn't it?
He's probably had them sausages.
Probably has.
In fact, he said it was a big girl.
Could be the same.
This might be the same Ruth.
person,
Yeah. She duly obliged with her teeth. She was told to keep their sandwich. They weren't paying for it.
Yeah.
Her sausage-shaped fingers weren't good at opening the new paper bags that the sandwiches were served in, so she'd blow into them to open them.
Oh!
People were so shocked they didn't tell her you couldn't do that and just threw their food away.
Jesus.
Now, as soon as I read this reminded me of the cafe in Skipton station, and I don't think the same people have it anymore.
Right.
But she would get your tea cake, and it is a tea cake, butter it, turn round to the griddle, need both hands, put tea cake under her arm, do what she had to the griddle, then pull
Working
it
in an hot kitchen. like a bit of BO with your tea cake there. Oh, jeez.
So yeah, that was one to watch.
I mean, as we've discussed, you and I, we'll eat a bacon butty with engine oil on his fingers, but not somebody else's sweat.
No.
Well, speaking of bodily fluids, another comment here. I've been saying about the Asda for you. It's a thing, isn't it? The Asda? Why do you call it the Asda?
This is an Americanism.
I don't know. I've been saying this about the Asda for years. A Mos Eisley atmosphere heightened by the charge of static electricity from all the polyester and man-made fibres. I mean, I get the Mos Eisley atmosphere.
Is that
It's like
fat chicks in leggings?
No, Mos Eisley is Star Wars. It's I've never seen a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Ah, right.
But you could say that about Liverpool. Emailing. So I've got another headline.
This might link in with Colin's picture that I can't
I
show.
don't know what this is from. It's from a newspaper, but being well organised and up to date with current affairs, I don't know which newspaper I've saved this from. But
Right.
Poohman.
Poohman. Right.
Good name for
Is
a
that like an
superhero.
official name or
I think so. Poohman is on the run.
a superhero name?
Maybe. Poohman is on the run. Smearer flees hospital. A man facing jail for causing more than £20,000 of damage by defecating on trains has done a runner. Have you heard this? You been in that industry?
I've heard of somebody looking through cab spy hole into a saloon, and there was a woman squatting taking a piss right behind cab door.
Oh, Christ. What spile?
There's a, like you have in your door, your little pinhole.
It's like
what
for
do you call
your
them?
driver safety.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can check through before you open the door and knock somebody out with it.
Yeah. Well, so a man facing jail for causing more than £20,000 worth of damage by defecating on trains has done a runner. Bonnie Eberandu, 36. He's 36.
We've got his age. Good.
Yeah, we've got his age. Good journalism.
Yeah.
Was awaiting sentence when he escaped from a London hospital on Tuesday. Always a nutter, isn't he? Maybe. He had earlier admitted charges of causing criminal damage across South London's railway network. Eberandu was arrested by police in October after he was spotted at Camberwell Green bus garage. It followed 22 incidents on trains bound for London Bridge and Waterloo, on which human excrement was found smeared over the seats and table. Eberandu's 3-month campaign of smearing
That's a load of shit.
Yeah, it is. 3 months. Posed a serious risk to public health and has cost more than £20,000 to clean up. He had also been charged with possessing an offensive weapon, a knife. At the time he absconded, Eberandu was undergoing a mental health assessment. I should think so.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Before his sentencing hearing, which is expected to take place later this month. Anybody who has spotted him should call the British Transport Police on 0800 40 50 40. So, and there's a picture of him, which I can't show to our listeners because this is radio, podcast, not radio.
Do you want a reaction from? Are you going to show me? Yeah, let's get a...
To be fair, if I were to see him in the street, I'd probably think that looks like the kind of pillock that shits on trains.
I'm trying to think of the guy's name.
It looks like... Do you remember the Rocky film, Apollo Creed?
Yeah.
Only scrawny.
his skinnier younger brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Ah.
I'm thinking Superman movie. What's the actor's name?
Richard Pryor.
A bit Richard Pryor.
He does look a bit Richard Pryor, but
Yeah.
again, scrawnier.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else have I got here?
Well, while you're looking at your phone, I'm going to go with Dave's other email. He's asked, what's the worst tattoo you've ever done?
It's hard to say. I've done some pretty bad tattoos. I once was approached by a bonny young lass who wanted me to tattoo some flies around her vagina because she thought it'd be funny.
That's hilarious.
I refused to do the job.
Yeah.
I'm a professional. We don't do things like that.
Okay, well...
So, I don't know really. It's a good question, but I know the tattoos I enjoy doing the least are when all idiots want endless lists of the kids' names.
Dates of birth.
Jaden, Waden, Payden, Zayden. They piss me off.
Right. I'm going to show you a picture now. Tell me if you tattoo this.
Nice. To be fair, do you know, I like... She's got cum slut on her forehead.
She's got cum slut on her forehead.
And by the looks of it, she's covered in cum as well, which is a nice touch. Or do you think that's just some kind of ointment they've smeared on?
I was thinking it were icing. Yeah.
Nice.
Dave said she looks a tricky introduction to your parents.
Yeah. You probably have to... Do you know what? I'd get her to comb her hair over it.
Yeah. Using the gel.
Yeah. That's
American Pie style. Or something about Mary style.
Again, I'm going to point out... This is episode 11. You should have got this by now. I might be asking you to reapply for your job at this time, right? Because, again, our listeners can't see pictures, can they?
No.
We need to get this.
But we did say what it is.
Yeah. Okay. A good description.
Yeah.
Another very brief news headline. I'm not going to read the article because the headline kind of says it all.
Right.
Guy goes to Mexico to kill himself. Spends week doing cocaine and banging hookers. Decides to keep living. If that's not a happy news article, I don't know what is. There you go.
Good lad.
Yeah.
What was he so down with then?
I don't know, but he wasn't down when he'd finished.
No.
That must have been a good week. I wonder if he got a credit card. A big credit card bill.
Instalment plan because he was screwed up.
Yeah. So that keeps us entertained and happy, doesn't it? You know, happy news. It's nice to have happy news instead of sad news. See, things aren't so bad. If you're feeling down, everybody, just remember, things are good. Go to Mexico. Party.
I've got a little something I saw on Facebook, and everybody's probably seen it, but it amused me. What can you say during sex, but also at a family dinner?
Oh, you've obviously haven't been to many of my family dinners.
I'd like a Whopper.
No, that's not a family
It's
dinner.
not a family dinner, is it?
Burger
That's
King.
a takeaway. That.
Yeah.
That was amazing. We should do this again tomorrow night.
No, you wouldn't say that at a family dinner either. Do these people even have family dinners?
Don't eat it all. Save some for your dad. That's not happening during my sex.
No, that's not good. No.
I think that should have stayed in a little longer. I quite like that. Stop playing with it and just eat it, will you?
You're a sick man. You're a sick man, Benjamin.
I like this. It smelled better than it tasted.
Tasted better than it smelled.
Dear. What are we doing?
Where did you find? Did you say they found this on Facebook?
It just randomly.
Do you know what annoys me? Right? There's this shit like that on Facebook, and they ban me.
You get banned.
The Zuckerberg arsehole.
I see you started without me. That's just rude.
It is.
Oh, I've actually got tears in my eye.
Yeah, but that was your dodgy contact lens.
Is that a cream pie you have there? That was quite the spread. Are you going to finish that?
This is going to be the most complained about episode we've done, I think.
How much is this going to cost me? May I push in your stool?
I wish this was videoed so that they could see the state of you at the moment. You completely lost control over your body, you massive cabbage. Come on, it's not even that funny. No, you can't push in the stool. I'm going to have to commentate now. Ben is now crying.
Oh, stop.
He's laughed so much he's giving himself a hernia.
Oh, breathe.
Don't have an asthma attack. Are you alright now? Are you okay?
Shall we carry on?
Yeah, let's carry on. Yeah, I don't know. These kind of conversations don't crop up at my family dinners. So, there we are.
Calm down.
Are you alright?
I can speak now.
That's alright. Back to normal.
Oh dear, that hurts.
Liverpool family dinners, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Have we got any content?
Have we got some content?
Have we got any content?
I'm sure we've got some content. Right, I need to have a rant. Do you know how last episode I was slagging off yoga teachers?
Oh yeah.
It's not sunning their arse.
It's not a proper job.
Not a proper job. Another one, not a proper job, right? And I'm seeing more and more of this at the moment.
Go on.
Motivational speakers.
Oh.
Right? There's something lacking, isn't there, in society when we are in need of motivational speakers. And I'll go further. Do you know, sometimes like you'll see something in an office or a public place or something, but often in somebody's office, and it'll be a picture of mountains.
Yeah.
And things like that, and then underneath, or a picture of a waterfall, or some kind of beautiful scene, and there'll be some like caption underneath, like lead, aspire, achieve.
Something that wants to make you vomit.
Yeah, and it's bollocks, isn't it? Don't you think it's bollocks? If you are so void of character that you need something like that in your office to encourage you to do your work, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm seeing it more and more. And the other one is it's kind of spreading to social media as that kind of thing now.
Do you think?
Yeah. So you'll get like a clever caption that's not nearly as clever as the person who's written it thinks it is, about leadership and motivation and things. And there'll be a picture of a lion. Or, I tell you who's a common one, that fella from Peaky Blinders. Right? So there'll be a picture of him next to a quote he never said. You know, he's a fucking actor. You know, and the part he's playing is a criminal gangster, right? Who kills people. You know, he's not a nice man. Why is he suddenly the role model for all these? Why? Yeah, what's so inspirational about it? Why him? You know,
that whole what would you call it? It's like corporate motivation.
Yeah, I hate all that kind of thing.
It does make me sick.
And to be honest, it is big companies are into it in a big way, aren't they? You know, I think it's something that's come from across the pond.
Yeah,
it has, hasn't it? British people never used to be like this.
Just circling back around to the Asda.
The Asda.
There's more than one.
Yeah.
But it comes from America. And the first time we ever noticed this, quite a long time ago, clothes store, Gap.
Yeah.
The Gap.
I've never noticed that. But
yeah.
I didn't think it came from America, that. I think it came from Ireland.
Do you think?
Yeah,
No,
I think it's
American.
Irish.
I think it's another Americanism we can do without.
I don't think it's an Americanism.
The flu. I've got flu. I've not got the flu.
I don't know. I don't think that's exactly the same thing, really. But I see your point. But yeah. Anyway, motivational speaking.
Yeah, go on.
Right. It's not necessary. It's, if anything, it's counterproductive.
Demoralising.
It is. I'll be honest. It will demoralise me. You know. It saps your will to live. It's so incredibly shit that it destroys morale, doesn't it? That kind of thing. Let's all have a team building exercise. There's no I in team, right? Fuck off with your teams. I mean, I can be a team player, but there are times when I realise that, do you know what? This team's holding me back. You know, let's get on with work.
Team is an overused one, isn't it? We have it at work.
Yeah. Oh, team player. Well, yeah, but I think one of the problems I've got is I've been on so many teams when they've been teams full of fucking idiots, and that's hard work when you're a clever, intelligent, ordinary man.
So did you upset?
I'd usually upset them. I do usually. I speak my mind in these situations, but yeah, it's not for me. Isn't motivational speaking.
I think we did some good teamwork yesterday.
What, on kitchen?
Team Jamie.
Yeah, I liked how we all stood around watching lad graft.
He grafted so hard.
He's young.
I nearly broke sweat.
Yeah, that's it. It was good. It's not the first time. There we go. But yeah, I can't do with motivational speaking. It's one of those things. And some people, they make a living off it. Now, I also know a guy. I'm not going to name him. He was in the army very briefly. Right. He wasn't in long.
It's not one I'm thinking of.
Came over. He did a bit in Garda. He's one of them people who's got a lapel pin for everything, you know. And he's making a living now, going around the world, doing most of the motivational speaking to other armed forces, the police services and things like this. I'll tell you now, the guy's an absolute fraud. The guy's an absolute fraud. What comes out of his mouth is utter bollocks. Right? And he's making a bloody fortune. So
who's the idiot then?
Well, I don't know. I'd like to think, well, if I'm an idiot, I'm an idiot with my integrity intact. You know, it's...
You're already scared off as bloody sponsor.
Who's that?
Lankskank.
Lankskank? They're not even a real sponsor. Come on. You could get us into trouble for that. Like, alienate our Lancashire listeners.
Both of them.
I think there's more than one or two over in Lancashire now. I know we've got one in Heywood, and I know we've got one in Rochdale. So that's two Lancashire ones to start with. We've got Lancashire listeners. Have we got more Lancashire listeners than Yorkshire listeners?
It doesn't cut down the demographic like that on the app now. I'm going straight to the
Have we got more northern listeners than southern listeners?
Have we got any listeners? We're at 707 plays.
I don't even know if that's good or not.
Me neither.
Yeah.
But it says on here, clear me throat, 89% UK. If I click UK, no, it doesn't give me a breakdown.
Alright.
9% America, and then Russia, Malaysia, Australia, and Germany.
Who's listening to us in Germany?
Maybe somebody that wants to learn proper English.
Real English. Yeah.
None of that BBC nonsense, you know.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's funny actually, and I really noticed this. And recently, I've been trying to sort of show my kids what sort of stuff I were into when I were young, and I managed to go on YouTube, and I found a TV show that I used to watch when I was little, called Stig of the Dump.
Oh yeah.
Now, for those of you who are not familiar, Stig of the Dump is about a little boy who falls into a rubbish dump. And I think this is a particularly like English thing too. You don't have them anymore, but when I was a child, local villagers, like particularly in rural areas, would often have an unofficial rubbish dump. It was often in a ravine or an old abandoned quarry or something like that.
Would you have called it a middin?
A tip.
Right.
We used to call it, we used to be playing on tip. Right. Now, it wasn't the council's household waste, but it was a place where people were basically fly tipped, but they fly tipped out of sight and they all did it in the same place.
Yeah. Communal fly tipping.
Yeah, it was like a communal fly tip, and that sort of thing used to go on. And we used to play at a tip, and used to make. We found a load of old road signs once that we made a big like shed, like den out of, and things like this, and all kinds of stuff used to get thrown on there and things. But going back to the TV show again, so this little lad falls into this tip where he meets a caveman who lives in the dump, whose name is Stig. And he befriends him, and they do little things like they go into his cave and they do caveman painting, and they decide they're going to build a window, so they cut an hole inside a cave and fill it with jam jars to let light into the cave.
Good, yeah.
And they make them a chimney out of bean tins and things. But this is the thing that I spotted, and it's something that as a child I didn't notice, but as an adult watching it, I really noticed a class divide. There was a definite class divide. Now, the little lad who was our main protagonist in the programme spoke proper Queen's BBC English. Oh, hello, Stig, jolly good, and all that kind of thing.
Okay,
like the Enid Blyton kind of lashings and lashings of ginger beer. Kind of.
When you're famished.
Yeah, and obviously Stig communicated in guttural Stig kind of grunts. But the thing that I noticed is there were some other boys from the council estate.
Right, ruffians.
Came into they were ruffians, and the difference was, and you could tell they were ruffians before anything because they had regional accents. All right, mate, kind of thing, But you could tell that they were straight away vilified by. Before we even got in, the atmosphere was set. They had regional accents. They were wrong uns, right? Because they weren't as well to do, as the little fella that fell in the dump, and Stig saw them off and protected the little fella from them, But it was the fact that they were portrayed as uncouth, boorish bullies because they had. And they had these regional accents because they were of a lower social class, and it was something that really stuck in my mind watching this the other day, and it wasn't very nice. And it's something that I think British society has moved on from a little bit, and I'm glad it has.
We do get proper dialects on radio now, don't we?
Yeah, well, this is it. When we were children.
You spoke BBC English on BBC.
You wouldn't have had a newsreader with a regional accent, or even the DJs. I know you don't like Tony Blackburn.
Horrific. Yeah.
But yeah, and certainly you wouldn't have got. You probably wouldn't have had somebody with a northern accent. The most northern accent was perhaps someone like Michael Parkinson, who had a bit of a Yorkshire accent, but mild enough to get away with it, It's changed, hasn't it? The world's changed.
It has. And some accents I hear on radio now drive me scatty. Absolutely scatty. It frustrates me when people don't pronounce the TH.
As in with
and think.
Think, oh yeah.
And I just want to hold them under till bubbles stop.
Yeah.
It makes my skin crawl. Thinkers.
And withers. With. Yeah. I must admit I don't like that. But do you know what's that? I can't remember a blood name politician. We've got an MP addressing Parliament saying things like with.
Oh dear.
You know, and I'm all for regional accents, but I'm not all for standard slipping.
That's lazy.
Yeah.
Just lazy. Yeah, that really makes my skin crawl. When my youngest came home one day, and I forget what he said, think or free or something, and I just went, what? Hang on, whoa, stop there. Where have you heard this?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I don't know, your kids seem quite well spoken.
Yeah, well, that's what surprised me. He'd obviously picked it up at school and just followed, you know. But my elder one, Alex, he's posh as fuck.
Yeah.
Posh as fuck.
Yeah.
And we don't know where that comes from.
Well, both my kids talk posher than I do. They do?
It's something I noticed the other day. I was, again, Hebden Bridge, and
I hate Hebden Bridge.
Kids
I think
were...
we've touched on this.
You may have mentioned it.
Yeah.
Kids were rolling out of school and, you know, in and out off licence, getting a 20 Benson or whatever they're after, you know. And I heard them speaking outside, and every one of them was posh as fuck. There was not one Yorkshire accent in that town.
Group of kids.
Yeah.
It's Hebden Bridge, though, isn't it? It's Hippieville. They're all comers in now, aren't they? They comers in. They're not indigenous.
Off Cumdens.
Yeah. They're
Well, I wish I'd filmed, because I was stood in the street and just bizarre shit was happening. Like, there's this woman walking right down middle of the road talking to her dog. And I don't mean like talking to a dog like you talk to a dog. I mean like a full conversation going on.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And
She'll have been batty and probably high.
Well, she walked to a car, which I assume was hers because she opened it.
It's the Hebden Bridge. It'll have been a flower painted Citroen 2CV or something like that.
There's actually a 2CV van.
Yeah.
Owned by a florist.
Yeah. And it's got bloody flowers all over it.
It wasn't that
or
one.
Rainbows or something painted on it.
But yeah, she
I know what you mean. I tell you what you see a lot of in Hebden Bridge, right? Blokes our age wearing fashionable clothes, but fashions that are for like teenagers and 20-somethings. You know,
Right.
like there's a point where a man should no longer wear skinny jeans.
There is.
You know,
Flight mode. Silent.
I did, and then I looked back on it. I did put it in flight mode, and then I took it out because I needed to look.
Another black mark.
Oh, I don't need your black marks. Skinny jeans on 40-something-year-old men. Bloody stop it.
I've never worn skinny jeans
Right.
ever.
The other thing is as well, some men can carry off a flat cap. I can wear a flat cap. I'm pretty sure you can wear a flat
Probably
cap.
could.
Right? Working men can wear flat caps. Hipsters, right? You're wearing your flat cap to show that you've had sampled every IPA in town. Because it's IPAs now, it's in it, IPA.
Is that a thing?
India Pale Ale, right? Except that these hipster breweries, I'm going to name some, Brewdog, for example,
Right, yeah.
right? It's not an IPA, it's just over-hopped rubbish. it's hopped to the point of sourness because you don't actually really know what you're doing. You're peddling shit, right? Bring back Websters. Hipsters annoy me. You know, to be honest, being bearded, some people have accused me of being a hipster, but I am actually far from it.
I had it when we were in Thailand.
You know, I've had it. Oh, you've got a motorcycle. Yeah, but I've not just put a brown seat on it and called it a cafe racer. You know, I've got a 30-year-old Honda that's worth 400 quid, but I've paid 4,000 to mine because it's got a brown seat and clip-on bars.
Broken
and I've got a
handlebars.
beard and I've got a shoe protector on my brogues so that I don't scuff them when I'm changing gear. Get fucked. I'm not a hipster. I'm the real deal.
My sister-in-law called me a hipster when we were in Thailand.
Oh, did you punch her? Should have knocked
her
the fuck out. Exactly. No, I'm really not a hipster.
I educated her.
Yeah, hipsters look a bit like us because, let's face it, they want to be like us. They want to be the man that can fix things with spanners. They like to have the beard and the check shirt. They want to look like the man's man, but they're not, because they have bicycles and they're vegan.
Oh, don't go on vegan.
You know, and yeah, but this is it. It's one of those things. I think it's another. I hate to say it, my industry, the tattoo world, it's full of them now. It really is. Yeah. It really is. At one time, a tattoo on your neck meant you'd been in prison.
Did.
You know? Now it means you run a coffee shop in Shoreditch. You know, it is. I'm talking to a guy on the internet. He seemed like a right nice guy. He started messaging me on Instagram. Oh, I like what you've done with this bike and things. I'm like, oh, thanks very much, mate. You know, I see you've got like a motorbike shop and stuff and things. And he hadn't.
Right.
He had a virtual motorbike shop. He had pictures of motorbikes and stuff like this. But
could you order one from him?
no, this was the point. I said, so I noticed there's like no prices. Like I says, yeah, I haven't actually got any stock yet or premises or anything. I'm just working on the brand. So basically, what you were is you were an imaginary motorbike salesman. You know, and I just don't get it. You know, if you want to be something, do it. You know, be it, do it.
Get on with it.
Do what you want. You know, and the biker world, it's all going like that. There's so many wannabes. It's all about wearing the jacket. You know, it's not about riding the bike. You know, and I don't know. Anyway, Hipsters, Hebden Bridge, it's hipster central, innit? It's, you know.
I'm thinking when I post this podcast up, I should put it on Hebden Bridge group.
I think you should. I mean, to be honest, I don't mind who in Hebden Bridge I upset. Because let's face it, there's nobody in that town going to be able to give us a fight, is there?
Speaking of motorbikes,
go on then.
I haven't touched mine.
No, I know you've been fitting a kitchen.
Fitting kitchen, and half at kitchen. We're in my workshop.
You've been on family dad duties and stuff
proper
this
husband
week.
duties.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Speaking of motorbike and fitting kitchens and family and you know to illustrate how different yours and my lives are, I've got a motorbike in my kitchen.
Is it yellow?
I know that one's gone in shop.
That one's in your shop.
Yeah.
So which one's in your kitchen?
Redden.
Bobo.
Benelli, yeah.
All right.
Little Benelli. So yeah, there we go.
So both the motorbikes in your house.
We've got
both used to belong to me.
Another one's appeared in yard. We're doing all right. We've got more motorbikes. With any luck, kids will move out soon, and I can move more motorbikes in. I've just dropped her off at the eldest daughter, Holly. I've just dropped her off at her boyfriend's. He's only down the road from you, and I was disgusted to find that at 11:30 in the morning on a Sunday morning,
dinner time,
near enough, the lad was still in his pyjamas. But I was more horrified to find that so were his bloody father. I don't think we've got a lot in common.
I'm just thinking what I'd got done by 11:30.
As I pointed out to him, I'd already done a day's bloody work by then.
Yeah.
You know, never mind sitting around in my pyjamas.
Bear in mind, this is Sunday.
Yeah.
I woke up at 5:30. I was downstairs with a coffee in my hand, contemplating which part of the kitchen to start on at 6:10. Not in pyjamas.
No, exactly. Well, I actually don't wear pyjamas. I sleep naked. You're welcome. Yeah, it's not the way, is it? Pyjamas. No. School running pyjamas.
Oh, what?
No, we've talked about that before, I'm sure. But yeah,
wrong.
Yeah, dressing gowns. You know,
it's not cricket.
I do have a dressing gown. It's to wear from like walking to the bathroom, so on, so you don't expose yourself to visitors or the children, that kind of thing.
The children's visitors.
Yeah, the children's visitors. Yeah, that's right. You know, it's not. That's what it's for. It's not for popping to the shops in.
No.
I must admit that I have got slovenly. I've got some slippers that have a rubber sole, and I might nip out into the yard in them on occasion.
Savage.
You know, that's you know. I tell you what, my mother would have never let me do that.
If you turn up to do a podcast in them,
my slippers.
Be another black mark.
Another black mark. Yeah. How many black marks have I got now?
Several.
Several. You're not even counting, are you?
Several.
I bet I've got more black marks on bloody Facebook. I don't know.
Still on the ban.
They just don't like me. I don't care. I can live with not being liked.
I got a warning other day
Good. You need one. You're a very naughty boy.
for my motorbike YouTube channel thing. For this bike restoration, I created a Facebook page so that if people want to follow it, I can post there and link them to the video. And I damaged some tools trying to remove some screws.
Did you say something? Did you swear?
No. And I made a video of it because it's not all sunshine and happiness restoring bikes, is it? Stuff breaks and
Busted knuckles, broken tools, broken parts, seized fastenings.
So
lots of swearing and cursing.
A lot of swearing.
There's a lot of swearing, yeah.
And I took the video of these parts breaking and causing me some trouble, and made a little video of it. Like, all right, don't copy me. If somebody doesn't break a tool by copying that, by watching that video, then great,
Yeah, okay.
And I posted it in bike group saying, "This is where I've got to, and it's okay to point and laugh at me." And that was it, really. But then a warning on Facebook saying I'm posting clickbait.
From whom?
From Facebook warning.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's madness. Now, you've just reminded me.
It's going to be the Facebot, isn't it?
Going back to Facebook, my first ever incident where I got a Facebook ban cropped up on my memories.
On your memories,
my
right?
Memories, my Facebook memories.
So this was the picture of the woman with her hand down her pants in supermarket.
That's not my first ever ban. That's just the recent ones.
Oh,
that's just the last 3 months worth of bans that I've had.
Right, okay.
It's actually round about 90 days I'm done now. 90 days hard abstinence from
time.
social media. I don't mind. I'm not missing it. So if I just go back here, right? So 3 years ago I got my first telling off from Facebook, which ain't bad. And what happened was I'll read my post. I've just gone and got myself kicked out of the BSA Bantam Owners Facebook group. Some knob was slating the membership secretary because he applied for membership and has still not received his membership details 48 hours later.
Wow.
Now, I pointed out that the membership secretary is a nice fella. He runs his own business, which takes time. He has kids and a life, and all the club stuff he does as a volunteer in his spare time. And all I said were, "You're in a bloody wheelchair, what's the fucking rush? It's not like you're going to be riding a bloody BSA Bantam anytime soon now, is it?" And apparently that's not appropriate. And they kicked me out at BSA Bantam Club, and then I got a Facebook ban as well for it. I don't care. Wheelchair or not, the man's a dick.
Manners.
You don't have to be a dick just because you're in a bloody wheelchair. Do you?
It's true.
Right?
It's
And
true.
I'm not being funny. 48 hours he expects to have, what kind of unrealistic expectations has the man got? And I stand by my point. It's not like he's going to be riding a bike, is it? Bloody hellfire. Anyway, that was my first ever. Now I think I've got a very valid point, and I think that if that's a problem, society is too soft.
Do you remember when... Well, you won't remember, but we heard stories about it. When little boys used to lie about their age so they could go fight for their country.
Yeah.
And now they're all upset and locking themselves in their rooms because words.
Let me tell you about when I joined the army. I was a skinny, scrawny youth. And I went to the army recruiting office and I was underweight.
Right.
He says, "You need to go away, lad, eat lots of chips, drink lots of Guinness." Right.
Not go to the gym and bulk up on muscle.
And I went back the following week and got weighed again, and miraculously I'd gained sufficient weight in a week to do it. I had some cast iron weights in my pockets. And he bloody knew that, but I got enlisted anyway. It's there were time then to put weight on for real.
Yeah.
And it didn't grow a bit.
What weight then? Curiosity.
I can't remember. I needed to gain I needed to gain 4 pounds. I was underweight for my height.
Okay.
And I needed to put on about £4, which I did with the help of some cast iron. So
Good effort. I like that.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, but the thing is, that bloke knew I hadn't really put that weight on.
Oh, but he knew your dedication.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
He
one.
knew you wanted.
He knew I wanted to be in.
Yeah.
And so there you go. So
That's not why you got a dishonourable discharge, though.
I didn't get a dishonourable discharge. I did not get a dishonourable discharge. I was a fantastic, fine fighting man. Smart and clean, strong and just smiling. That was me. So, yeah.
Let's wind up.
How much have we done?
53.
That's not so bad.
That's alright, that.
Cut it down.
Edit down to
Well,
40.
We've got quite a lot of silence as well, though, in that one, I think.
When I couldn't breathe.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, email in your little stories and comments. dirtykeenbasser@gmail.com. We're on Facebook. Well, I'm not.
Try not to kick table while you're talking.
Did I kick tail? I'm sorry, buddy.
Come here, let me show it right. See, when you bang on table like that. Oh, it's gone off screen now. But yeah.
Right,
that,
okay.
Yeah.
We'll edit that bit out.
Black mark.
Email in if you've got any stories. We're on Facebook. Well, Ben is.
Yeah.
In Instagram. Anchor. Spotify. What else are we on?
Twitter.
Are we? I don't use that. I don't get it.
Apple system.
Apple Music.
Whatever Apple
it's
does.
called, yeah.
Apple Podcast.
Well, that's quite high tech for us. We're also on CB Radio. If you're within a mile and a half, you might get the road wizard. So
as you see, it's not permanently on, is it? You don't have one in house. Or?
No, I have it in truck.
Yeah. So
Allison's bagging my truck around at the moment, isn't she?
Is she in it now?
No, it's back round the corner.
Okay.
I've got keys in my pocket. She fills it with her crap. You know.
Your repulsion for your ex-wife is...
It's not repulsion. It's just annoys
Contempt.
me borrowing my truck all the time.
Does she bring cats back in it?
Probably. If you
Smell of
start
piss.
smelling a cat piss, I'll ban her front truck. Make her get a wheelbarrow or something. So anyway, see you next time.
Let's
Won't see you because it's, as we keep pointing out, it's radio.
it's not radio either.
It's not radio, no.
It's streaming.
Yeah.
And it's them hearing us, not us hearing them.
Progress peaked a while ago for us, didn't it?
Yeah, we said we could probably carry it on after 10. Right, let's turn this off.